Okay, fine. Let us start our session. Okay, so I hope I'm audible there. Can you please confirm in chat box? Anyone?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Pushpa. Okay, fine. So welcome to this demo, friends. As well, this is a demo on Amazon Web Services. That is your cloud computing. And then the server administration, right? The Red Hat Linux server administration and the Windows server administration. This is a package, okay? This is a package where we have server administration as well as the cloud administration. Okay, in case if someone is interested only in cloud administration, that is AWS, great. They can go with only AWS. And in case if someone is only interested in the Red Hat, they can go with the Red Hat. But if you're starting your career in this particular field, then my friend, you should go with server administration as well as the cloud administration. Both should be there on your resume. Both the things should be added on your resume. Okay. So let us try to understand what is this cloud computing and what is this server administration and why it is so much in demand actually. See, I think most of you came here because cloud computing is in more demand. Everywhere you see, like, there are some job requirements on cloud computing. There are some job requirements on server administration, okay, especially the Linux server administration. Okay, there are some job requirements on, DevOps or cyber security. So this may be the reason actually for you to come here. Okay, or maybe someone is recommending you to go and learn cloud computing because again they may say like, okay, this is a career where you can have good job opportunities or good packages and job security and so and so. Okay, so let us try to understand in a simple and easy way what is this cloud, what is this server administration, what are the job opportunities we have, what packages we can expect, and how far we can go in this particular career. Okay, fine. So before we see the job opportunities and what is cloud computing and all these things, let me just introduce myself. Let me just go with a formal introduction so that you know what you can expect from me. Okay. Okay, one more thing before I say anything else. The chat box is open here. Chat box will remain open every time. Whenever you have any doubt, any question, feel free to send your question in chat box. Try to make this session more interactive. If the session is more interactive, it will be more interesting, first of all. And we can just go a bit deep into our session. Okay, so it's up to you to make the session more interactive. Actually, I'll do my level best to present the things in the simple and easy way, but your questions will encourage me a lot. So always try to use the chat box to send the questions so that we can have proper interaction there. Every session we are recording here. This is actually a simple demo session, but still we are recording this session. Every regular session we will record here and we will share all the recordings with you. Okay, so if you want to revise the session again some time, if the sessions are neat and clean, then you'll get a lot of interest there, right? So try to avoid using your headphones or voice messages. Just try to use the chat box in the middle of the session. And in case if you want to interact with me at the end of the session, well and good. You can simply unmute yourself. You can interact with me. Unmuting the option is with you, and the chat box will be always enabled. This is not only for today. This is till the end of our course. Okay, done. Now, see here, friends, this is me. I'm Shakeel Aman here. I have, 14 plus years of experience in this industry, the IT industry. Okay. And in this industry, I have experience on different domains like, Windows servers, networking administration, Linux servers, virtualization, security, cloud computing. I have experience on different domains. And my friend, actually, all the experience what I have before cloud computing, that is Windows servers, Linux servers, virtualization, network administration, security, every technology that I have dealt with before, everything came back again in cloud. I just want to say one thing in a simple and easy way. Normally people feel cloud computing is a new technology. No, my friend, cloud computing is not a new technology. Cloud computing is something which is there from decades. Cloud computing is a technology where we have the previous technologies like servers are there, virtualization is there, network is there, storage is there, database is there, security is there. So if you combine all these technologies, the cloud computing is ready for you. Now, this is one of the reason actually why this is so much in demand. We are not learning only one particular thing here in cloud computing. There are different modules. And if you're good, especially in this server module, the networking module and the storage module, you're eligible to get a job literally in any company on the face of the earth. So I repeat again, cloud computing is not the latest technology. Now it is in more demand. And for coming years and years and decades, the demand of cloud computing or the demand of cloud administrators will simply grow. But what I'm saying here, this is not the technology which came maybe like 1 year before or 3 years before or 5 years before. Cloud computing, we have the previous technology, the servers, the networks, the storage, the firewall. This makes cloud computing more in demand, more and interesting actually. More demand as well as in interesting to learn this particular technology. Okay, fine. So this is my experience. So hopefully my experience will help you a lot in understanding the concepts of cloud computing in much easier and simple way. Okay, fine. Now coming to the package. Like I said you, this is a package. And in this package, there are 3 courses. Amazon Web Services, that is your cloud computing. Linux Server Administration, we'll learn the latest RHEL server there. And then we have the Windows Server Administration. Amazon Web Services will be at 7 p.m. every day. At what time? 7 p.m. So this is the time actually for AWS. So couple of days, we'll just try to understand the complete package, like what is server, what is a, uh, Linux server, what is a Windows server, and what is a cloud and all those things. But after a couple of days, we'll majorly focus on AWS at 7 p.m. Okay. Now, Linux server administration, we will start at some other time, evening time only, but at some other time. Okay. So I'll just say something, but I'll just say PM. Okay. So Linux server administration and AWS administration will be live classes. Okay. And Windows server administration, I will share my recorded classes. So there is more than enough for you to go through all the Windows Server administration. AWS will be live classes. I will be taking all the live classes. Linux Server administration are again live classes. Again, I'll be taking all the live classes. Okay. And every class we will record and all the recordings we will share with you. Okay. And in case in the middle of the session, like I said, if you have any doubt, you can simply ping the question in the chat box, or let's say Saturday, Sunday, okay, you're doing some practicals there in AWS, or you're doing some practicals in Linux servers or Windows servers, then how you can contact me? I'll share my WhatsApp number and my email ID. After a couple of days, I'll share my WhatsApp number so that you can interact with me and you can clear all your doubts. Okay, so this is what I can offer you. So this is a package that I have designed actually. And in this particular package, there are 3 things I'm offering here, friends. AWS and Linux Server Administration live classes. Every day session will be there for at least 1 hour, and every session will be recorded. And coming to the Windows Server, like I said, my previous recordings I'll provide you. Okay, so maximum in next 2 months, or let's say 2 months, 30 days, you can complete this package. Now, the first question here is it compulsory to do all the 3 courses, or is it compulsory to learn cloud computing and the server administration? Or let us say, is it compulsory to learn the server administration and the cloud computing? If I can say in a simple way, yes. It is mandatory for you to learn both the things. If you are interested in cloud computing and DevOps and cyber security and ethical hacking, without having the knowledge of servers, you simply cannot move forward in your career, my friend. Servers are the mostly used technology across the globe. Server administrators are the most in-demand people across the globe. It can be Windows servers or it can be Linux server. So the easy way to start a career is with this server administration. Then we can simply move into cloud computing or DevOps or cyber security or cloud security or ethical hacking. There are plenty of options available. But to kickstart your career, you can kickstart your career from this particular package. Do the 3 courses, you are eligible to get a job literally in every company on the face of the earth. See, you are eligible to get a job. The advantage here is you will be eligible to get a job on multiple roles. See, There is a company, let us say the company name is, I'll just randomly select a company here. For example, let's say ABC, some company. So in this company, you can apply for a job on cloud admin, level 1 and level 2. You can apply for a job on Linux admin, level 1 and level 2. You can apply for a job on Windows Server admin, level 1 and level 2. So there are at least, 5 to 6 opportunities for you, 5 to 6 different roles available for you in every company. So this makes your, job hunting very easy. I'll take a very general example here. Let us imagine, friends, someone is traveling from, let's say, Bangalore to, let's say, Chennai. Bangalore to Chennai. And what options these people have? Let's say the only option these people have is, let's say, train. There is no other option beside train to travel from Bangalore to Chennai. And the train is there morning 7 a.m. And if you miss the train for next 3 days, suppose there is no train. Now this makes, things very difficult for us, right? But what if there is a train, if there is, let's say, airplane, if there is, let's say, a car, okay, let's say there is a bus, and what if there are multiple trains, multiple cars, multiple buses? It will be much more easier for us to travel from Bangalore to Chennai, right? You should have multiple options there. So just try to use this example for your package, the package what you're learning here. So if you have multiple options, let's say you're not, for some reason, you're not selected on the Linux server administration job, but the company will like you. Why they will like you? Because they will say, okay, maybe as of now, there are certain things he's not that much good in this Linux administration, but maybe he or she can be good in cloud administration. So you have multiple opportunities in your hand. You have multiple opportunities in every company. So this package is designed according to the requirement of the companies, my friend. Whatever companies need, the things are added clearly in this particular package. So I repeat, this package have 3 courses. AWS and Linux server administration will be like live sessions. Windows server administration, I will share recordings. Now, actual fees of this class, actual fees of this package will be approximately 15K. That will be the actual fees. But recently, like 30 days, 1 month before, there was Diwali, right? Deepavali festival was there. So for that Deepavali festival, we have given this offer. And for some reason, we are again continuing with the same offer. All Deepavali is already gone, but still we are continuing with the same offer. This complete package you can get simply in 6,999 rupees. Actual fees will be around 15K, but you can get less than 7K. Let's say 7K. That is your package fees. And I'll repeat again, I'll be handling the AWS classes, Linux server administration classes, and I'll provide my previous Windows Server recording sessions. Okay, so this is about your package. Done. Now, moving on. What I did here is I have simply added some questions here. Whenever I take any demo or a webinar or a seminar, I'll get some common questions. These are the questions I have received from multiple people from different locations, different countries, and different requirements. Every person will ask me these certain questions here. So let us try to address these questions so that we can understand what exactly is this package and what we can expect from this particular package. Okay. One of the most common question that I'll get in every demo session is this. Pre-requirements to learn Linux and AWS. Pre-requirements are prerequisites to learn AWS and the Linux server administration. Listen, my friend. Let's say you are a fresher. You just completed your bachelor's or master's. Or let's say you are coming from non-IT background. Let's say you're from commerce background, or let's say accounts background, or let's say marketing background, or you did some civil engineering or mechanical engineering, whatever. If you are having a computer and an internet connection, this is more than enough for you to learn the AWS and the server administration. There are absolutely no pre-requirements needed. Whatever pre-requirements are needed, I'll cover every pre-requirement for you. Okay. There are no pre-requirements needed for you to learn AWS and Linux. There is no programming needed. There is no coding needed. There is no need to do so-and-so course, or there is no need to do like this particular XYZ course. If you are a fresher, you just finish your college, or if you're already working somewhere, and if you want to move into this, cloud computing journey or cloud computing career, you're 100% eligible. You just need to have a computer and an internet connection. Okay, imagine you don't have a computer also, for example. Let's say, what you can do here is, every day, if you can borrow a computer for, let's say, 1 hour from your friends or siblings or cousins or neighbors or anyone, that 1 hour practical is more than enough for you to get perfect in AWS and Linux. That is my guarantee. Only 1 hour practicals every day is more than enough for you to get good idea or good knowledge on cloud computing and the Linux server administration. Done. So there are no pre-requirements. Now, the next question here is, who should learn AWS and Linux? See, any person who is interested to become cloud administrator, DevOps administrator, server administrator, cyber security guy, ethical hacker, programmer, or a developer, these people should learn AWS and Linux server administration. Maybe in this particular group, maybe there is someone who is a programmer or a developer, and he or she is working in some company, and their company is asking them to learn this AWS. I have seen many people like this. And my some other classes actually, which I'm taking every day, we have people who are coming from a company, they are working in a company, they are a developer, Python developer, Java developer, and so and so. Their company is asking them to learn the cloud. So if you want to become a cloud administrator, you have to learn the cloud. And if you want to become, if you are into like programming or some other field, still you have to learn the cloud computing. This is the demand of cloud computing. This is the requirement of cloud computing for everyone. Got it? So who should learn? Any person can learn who is interested to become the cloud administrator or the cyber security administrator or the server administrator. They are more than welcome. Okay. Now, way to apply for jobs. For example, if I become a lawyer, let's say I did LLB, where I can practice my degree, I have to go to some court. That is the only place where I can practice my degree. If I become a doctor, let's say MBBS, I have to go to hospital to practice my degree. Right? There are special places for special people. But for you and me, server administrators and cloud administrators, we can apply for a job literally in any company where there are some servers and where there is some data. So we are not restricting ourselves to this type of company. We can apply for a job in any company where there are servers and where there is some data. Now, can you please tell me a business which is not running on internet? What I can do now? I can simply go to Google. I can order some tomatoes and potatoes here, isn't it? I can order some apples here. I can buy one t-shirt here. I can buy some, diamond ring here. I can go and purchase some house there. Literally everything is here over the internet, right? So how everything is running on internet? Everything is running on internet because there are some people like server administrators and cloud administrators responsible for this. We are able to connect to this session through the internet by using a Zoom application. Everything is perfectly designed here because there are some people who are known as server administrators and there are some people who are known as the cloud administrators. Because of these people, my friend, this particular internet is working today. And most probably after like 2-3 months, we will be in those people actually. We'll be responsible for our company's network. We'll be responsible for our company's data. We are responsible for our company's application. This is such a responsible job, my friend. So literally anywhere we can apply for a job. There are no restrictions here. Okay. Now, how to do lab practice here? Like I said you just now, you just need to have a computer with an internet connection. Daily 1 hour of practicals is brilliant. More than enough. Daily 1 hour of practicals is more than enough for us to do, for us to learn the AWS and the Linux server administration. Simple. Okay. Now, what to learn in Linux and AWS and Windows Server Administration? Now, this is what you are going to learn. I just want to show you the package. Once we finish our demo session, they will share all these details with you. They will share this package details with you. So here you can see what we are learning here. This is Linux, this is AWS, and this is your Windows server. So all the details you will get, my friend. So hopefully when you come tomorrow, again, there will be one more demo session tomorrow. So when you come tomorrow, you will be in a better position to ask me questions from this particular course curriculum. Okay. So see here, these are the things you're learning. But you know, my friend, once you get a job in a company, your responsibility can be this: file and directory permission. You are learning many things, many things. But once you get a job in a company, your responsibility will be there on one or two services. Your responsibility can be there on user group, user management, or group management. Now, what about the other things like, what are run levels, file permission, soft link and hard link, sudo, access control list? You can see all the other topics there, right? Some other person is responsible for that. Some other Linux administrator is responsible for that. Now, can I say like this? Okay, if I'm working only on one, you know, service, let us say file permissions, can I simply learn file permissions and can I get a job in a company? See, that's literally not possible, right? When you apply for a job in a company, company will test you. The interviews will be there, right? So company will test you on all the services or major services. See, if you're right now living in Australia or somewhere in USA, somewhere in Europe, somewhere in India, somewhere in, let's say, China or Sri Lanka, or any country, my friend, every interview questions, more or less, it will be same. If I say these are the 10 interview questions, at least 7 to 8 interview questions you will face literally in every interview in any country, in any company, in any continent. Okay, so we have to learn all these things, but I just want to make things easy for you. We are learning many things, but while working, our responsibility will be there on so and so service only. That's it. Okay, fine. So this is about your package. So what we are learning, everything is clearly mentioned there, friends. You can just go through the package and hopefully you will see what we are learning there. Now, before I take any questions from you, let me just, highlight these things. These are the 4 stages actually. I always ask this question actually, these are the 4 stages of our career, starting with learning. Then in case if you're interested to write any examination, any online examination, then you have to go with exam, then interview, then the job. Now, can you please tell me out of these 4 stages of our career, according to you, which one is the most difficult? Okay, I should not say most difficult, but still, there are certain things which are easy. There are certain things which are difficult. So can you please tell me out of these 4 things, according to you, what you feel like is a bit difficult for you to crack? Learning, examination, interview, or job? Job means work actually. Hmm. Remember, I told you classes should be very interactive. If the classes are interactive, it will be interesting. Yeah, Pushpa, you have to
Hello.
say something?
Yes, in this stage, I'm feeling like interview is difficult.
Most of the people they say like interview is difficult or job is difficult. Okay, I'll ask you a question, Pushpa. If I ask you like 2 plus 2 is how much, will it be difficult for you to answer? Of course, no. Because
No,
you know what is 2 plus 2, right? Okay, you know what is
yes,
2 plus 2. So interview is actually they're asking you something about a technology. What you have learned, they're asking you about that particular technology. If I ask you like how to shut down this computer, will it be difficult for you to say how to shut down the computer? No, because you know how to do this, right? So just imagine after
yes,
like 2.5 months, you learn AWS and cloud Linux administration and Windows administration. If someone is asking you a question from AWS, which you've already learned, it will not be difficult for you to answer it. So out of these 4 stages, according to my experience for last 15, 16 years, the most difficult, or I should not say again most difficult, I should say the place where you should work a bit more harder is the learning process. If you know the things, it will not be difficult for you to answer this in interview. I
yes,
remember,
I agree.
yeah.
Um, okay. See, myself, I'm working as a lecturer.
Hmm.
Mm, I want to learn this technology. That's the reason I'm taking these classes.
Okay, fine. You're working as a lecturer on which subject, if I can ask you this? You can
I'm
ignore this if
taking
you, uh
BCA classes.
MPC,
BCA, BCA.
BCA classes. Okay, fine. So, most of the things like, IP addressing or OS reference model, or, there is something called server or DNS. These
Yes,
things
I
are,
know that theoretically I know,
I know,
but in one,
yeah, I was coming there only
yes,
actually, Pushpa. In college, actually, we learn theoretically. But in this particular course, we need to say practically. There's the difference.
yes,
Okay, in every college, not only your college, in every college, they will simply go with the theoretical part, but practicals we have to see in this particular course. Okay, let me just show you how we do practicals here. I'll just open a Linux server, then I'll access my AWS account. I'll show you how practicals will be there and how easy it is to practice actually. And meanwhile, if you still have any doubt, any question anywhere, feel free to send your question in chat box. I'm more than available for you. Okay, so meanwhile, let me just go and power on my Linux server here. It is coming. It may take another, some seconds actually for this server to come up. Let me minimize this. Now I will access my AWS account also. See, at the end of the day, you should do practice on Linux server administration, the actual Linux server, and you should practice on your Amazon Web Services, right? So you should have an account here. How to create an account of AWS? I'll go through this account creation in great details in coming classes. But as of now, just allow me to log in here. Okay, it will ask me to enter some authentication code. So let me just do this 065. What you see right now on your screen is your actual AWS account. This is my official AWS account. I can do every practical in this particular account. So you should also create an account for yourself to do practice. Now, how to create an account? Like I said, I'll show this in great details in coming classes. But as of now, for AWS, you should just have this account there. That's it. So see, there is something called EC2 here. You can go to a service and you can do something there. Okay, there is something called instances, there is something called volumes. Okay, there is something called security group, there is something called load balancer, there is something called auto scaling. These are the things that we need to do practically. Okay, so this is your AWS account. It should be there with you, then only you can do practice. And coming to the Linux server, this is my Linux server. So I'll just say root here. India at the rate 1947 is my password. That's it. What you see here right now is my Linux server. Okay, if I want to create a file, I can simply say cat and I can say, let's say, uh, package. Now this package includes AWS, RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, the latest version, and Windows Server. Save. That's it. This is something that we have to do in our Linux server. So if I say ls here, you can see the file has been created here within a package. And how to open this particular file? Say cat package. You can see all the content there. So what I'm trying to show you here is this is the actual Linux server where you are working in the company also. Across the globe, when you go and see the server, they will use a cat command, they will use the ls command, or they can say ls-l. So this is your actual server on which we are working. So from where you can take the actual server, how you can install the actual server, I'll show that. I'll show that in great details in coming classes. So this is the way we do practice. Okay. Okay. Could you please share your screen? For how long you could not see my screen? Can you please tell me? Is it from the beginning of the session or is it just now?
Yes, beginning of the session.
Yeah, you should have informed me this, right? I was simply like, and this is what I did. You should have informed me, my friend. I was explaining like a madman here, right? I'm very sorry for this. This is a silly mistake, or I should say blunder actually. Uh, Anyhow, I just want to say sorry for this, my friend. Sorry for this inconvenience. Just give me 5 minutes. This is what I have explained you theoretically, right? I thought like the screen is already shared. I did not see this.
No,
Oh
it
man.
was shared. We can able to see.
But you saw all these things, what is written right now on the screen?
Yes,
Yes, yes.
it
From
was
starting.
from the beginning.
Yeah.
Only for last 5 minutes or 2, 3 minutes, actually, it was, stuck somewhere. Okay, okay, fine, thank you. I thought like from the for last half an hour, I was just, continuing with like, without showing you the screen. That was like a silly mistake from my side. Anyhow, okay, fine. Now you know this, right? We have seen all these things like my experience, the package, the numbers, the questions, and the process. Fine. Now, great. Now let me just go back to the AWS account here. So this is my AWS account. So before I get more questions from your side, let me just do one thing. I'll show you how easy is to use the AWS and how important it is for our IT industry. You know why companies are going with this AWS? There is a reason. Let me just show you this. You know what I'll do now is in next 2 minutes, right now the time is 7:34. In next 2 to 3 minutes, I will simply launch a web server for you. I will create a web server and I will launch the web server so that you can access the web server. I can access the web server. I just want to show you when I create a web server, I am using server there. I am using networking services. I am using storage. I'll be using some, firewall. Then I'll be using some cloud services. So combination of all these things will be a application for you. So I'm not explaining you like what I'm doing here. I'll just try to show you a small demo here. Okay. Let me just do this. I'll go to this instances here. I'll click on this instance. I'll say launch instance here. Like I said to my friend, we are launching a web server. Let's say test web server. Okay. Now see here, my friend. Once I said test web server, can you see it is asking me to select OS images? See what are the OS images here? Can you see AWS, Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat, SUSE, Debian? There are different options available, right? Now out of all these options, Microsoft is the actually different operating system. But AWS Linux, Ubuntu, Red Hat, SUSE, Debian, all these are the flavors or all these are the distributions of Linux. So in our class, we are learning RHEL, Red Hat. So if you learn RHEL, you can work on SUSE, you can work on Debian, you can work on Ubuntu, you can work on AWS Linux. There's a great advantage you have, my friend. Okay, so you can select any OS. Let me just go and select my AWS Linux here. Then there is something called instance type. This also we have to see in great details as of now. I just want to select some key pair here. Okay, then network settings here. Again, I have to select many things there. I have to learn many things here, my friend. So let me just allow to just go there and select something. I'm not explaining anything as of now. Hmm? Subnet is, let us say, public subnet. And coming to the firewall here again, see, security group or firewall. I will just select a firewall which I have already created sometime before for some other people. And then there is something called storage. How much storage? 8 GB storage. 8 GB storage. Now, I'll just go to this advanced details and I will add a script here. So where is this script? Yeah, this is my script here, friends. I'll just copy this. I'll share the script in coming classes. As of now, let me just show you how easy it is to use the cloud and how easy it is for companies to run the applications. Okay, I'll make things more interesting here. Instead of using the messages, hello everyone, I'll do one thing. I'll just use our names, all our participants' names here. So let me start with alphabetical order. Anusha, Pushpa, Sureka, Trupti, Yogesh, Durga. I'll add my name, Shakeel. And then let me just add some more names here. So let us say Alu Arjun, Rashmika. I just added some extra names here. This is actually my website, and this website contains all our names. So if you want to launch a website in a, normal scenario, it may take some weeks for you because you have to bring some physical servers, some operating systems, some networking devices like routers, switches, firewall, some storage. Then we have to connect everything, configure everything, then launch a web server. But because of cloud computing, the same work which we can do in, let's say, 2 months, we can do that work within 2 minutes. Let's say in 2 weeks, we can do the same work in 2 minutes. So I'll just say launch instance here. Practically, I have showed you how to launch a server in cloud, and see what it shows you. It shows you the server is running. This is my test web server and the web server is running. But when I say web server, what is web server actually? Web server is a server, application server that anyone can access through the internet. I am sitting in Hyderabad. Right now, I'm sitting in Hyderabad city. Maybe you're sitting in Hyderabad city or some other city in Telangana or Andhra, somewhere in India, somewhere in Asia, somewhere across the globe. So from every place, you should connect to this web server, right? You should access this web server. Let me just show you this. So I have selected this web server here. There is a public IP. I'll copy this public IP. I'll go to browser. I'll paste this public IP 18.61.24.249. Okay, let me just change the protocol to HTTP. Can you see? Okay, I'll just copy this. I'll enter this in chat box. Can you please tell me whether you can access this website or not? There is no black magic here, my friend. This is a technology. This is your cloud computing technology. This is your server administration technology. Networking concept we have used here. Firewall concepts we have used here. Storage we have used here. And we have successfully launched our website. You can see your name there, right? Anusha, Pushpa, Sureka, Trupti, Yogesh, Durga, Shakeel. Hopefully, Allu Arjun and Rashmika also see our website, right? So can you just click on the link which I have sent you in the chat box and tell me if you're able to access it or not? You will access it for sure, but tell me from which city you are able to access it. Just the city name or the state name, wherever you're located as of now. Yeah, Trupti says Bhubaneswar, Orissa. You can access, right? Yeah, Yogesh also can access from Pune. Sureka is joining this session from Ireland. Okay, great. Pushpa from Bangalore. See, this is a web server, right? The web server is available over the internet, my friend. I just want to show you, this is a web server that is running on the internet. So what I did here, like I said, magic, nothing, no rocket science, nothing. A small and simple, not small, a technology I'm using here, that is cloud computing. In this cloud computing, I was using the Linux server to launch my server. This is what we need to learn. So whatever options I have selected there, it took me 30 to 40 seconds to select all the options. But my friend, it may take around 14 to 15 classes for me to explain all these things, or probably more actually. Each session is for 1 hour. Just imagine how much we have to learn there. We have to learn about your, monitoring tools. We have to learn about security. We have to learn about networking. We have to learn about storage. We have to learn about the operating system. This makes cloud computing such a demanding technology. Okay, so we have used AWS technology, AWS cloud here, Amazon Web Services, and we connected to the Hyderabad data center of AWS people, and we have successfully launched our web server there. Job done. And in case if it is not needed, what I can do now? I can simply go there and I can simply terminate this session. If I terminate the instance, that is your virtual server which was running there. Now I cannot connect to my server. The server is going down. So this particular link will not work now. Let me just show you. I'll just say copy here and paste. It will say not accessible. Server was there, you are able to access. Server is not there, you cannot access. Job done. And one of our friend is again joining from USA. So this is actually, I think no one is there from Hyderabad except me. I think everyone is busy watching Pushpa there somewhere, but still, yeah, this is the scenario as of now. See, I cannot access the website now. So what I want to say here is, this is the technology I was using. This is what I did in my cloud. What I did here, I was using the AWS services like EC2, VPC, storage. I was using all these services. Then I was using the Linux server operating system there, and I have successfully launched my server. So this is what companies are expecting from you and me. They need people who can connect to the AWS data center and they can take the resources from them. This is what they are expecting from us. So this is what the first demo was all about, my friend. So this is the thing I was supposed to share with you. Okay, I'm still here for like a couple of minutes. If you have any doubts, any questions, we will see. Okay, like this is our first demo session. Most probably we will have one more demo session tomorrow, that is Friday. We'll just try to go a bit more deeper into the cloud computing concept and the server administration concept. See, if you are moving somewhere, you should know where you are moving, right? You're moving into a particular career here. You are starting a career, so you should know what you are learning in that career and where that particular career can take you. Okay, I can say this with 100% guarantee. Okay, let's have a friendly discussion now. See, if you have already decided to go with cloud or server administration as your career, my friend, you have selected a great career for yourself. There are no ifs and there are no buts. You have already selected a great career for yourself. The only thing that can happen to cloud is it can simply expand, it can simply improve, it can simply grow. There is not even 0.00001% doubt also that the cloud services can go down or the cloud demand can go down. Okay, or the cloud administrators requirement will go down or cloud administrator requirement is not there. This is literally not possible, my friend. Every other technology, let us talk about artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain, quantum services, internet of things, robotics, satellites. You just talk about any other technology. All the other technologies are actually running on the servers and the cloud. That's it. This is the bottom line. Every other technology is running on this cloud and they are using some server there. Okay. One more thing. There are, 75 to 85% things. So let's say 85%, topics or subject what we are learning in AWS and Linux are very logical and very simple and very straightforward. It will not be a big deal for you to learn those things. But, around 10 to 15% topics are there where, you should do some extra hard work. So if there is 3 classes needed for the topic, I'll go with 4 classes. So I'll make sure the hardest topic or the most difficult topic also looks more easier for you. That I can do. The only thing I need from your side is I need you to join every session on time. That is the thing I need from your side. Because these courses are something like a chain. If you miss one class, it will be difficult for you to understand what is happening in the next class. So this is the reason actually, my friend, the recordings are very much important. In case if you miss today's class, 7 to 8, before you go to sleep, you will get your recordings. So next day, you have the complete day to go through this recording and you can come again for the next day for 7 p.m. class. So this is the advantage you have here. There are certain advantages you can take like recordings, or the other advantage I can say is the chat box will be open. You might have seen in many cases actually, people simply disable the chat box. No, I need questions from your side. I'll ask you questions. You're asking me questions. We are preparing ourselves for interviews also. Okay, there is a question here. Yeah, my qualification is diploma in electrical engineering. So can I able to get a job in this domain? My friend, this is one of the domain actually which is open for everyone. The reason is whatever diploma you are having, whatever bachelor's or master's degree you are having, that is just a degree. Now, what you're learning in this package, AWS and servers, you're working on this particular technology. I know people who did BCom. I know people who did MCom. I know people who did MBA in HR and MBA in marketing. They are working as administrators on very high positions. So degree is only degree, fine. You should have some degree there, right? Diploma, degree, or master's, or bachelor's, whatever. This technology you are starting from the scratch. So the interviews will be taken on this particular technology. They will not ask you like, okay, what you did in your bachelor's or what you did in your master's. It will be written on the resume there, right? So they will not ask you questions from your bachelor's or master's degree. They will simply ask you questions from AWS, Linux Server Administration, and Windows Server Administration. This is the guarantee I can say. Okay, fine. Okay, I'll just keep this for a few more minutes. I'm still available for like 30 seconds here. Feel free to send your questions. And let me just go there and shut down my Linux server. It may look a bit difficult for you to see the complete output here. See, something is like drwx something something something, then hyphen rw hyphen something something. But you know, my friend, within one class, actually, you will become master of this output. You can simply understand everything what is written here. Okay, so things will be easy because, like I said, you everything is logical. And in case if there is something which you feel is a bit difficult, I'll just go with extra session or extra time. I'll get some questions from your side, then hopefully you will understand the topic. Always remember one thing, my friend, the jobs, the interviews will be taken. They are not, testing our memory. Like, in our school days, what we used to do, we used to write the question, we used to see the question and we used to write the answer there, right? The answer should be matching in our textbook. Whatever the definition was there in textbook, same definition we used to write here. But in this technology, it's a different ball game. They are testing our understanding. They are testing the understanding, how much we understood about this particular technology. Okay. And the other best thing here is today, if you're learning a topic like, let us say, DNS. Let's say you're learning a topic about, let's say, virtual server, or let's say DNS, or let's say firewall, or let's say VPC, or let's say CloudWatch, any of this service. Whatever you're learning today, maybe after like 2 months or 2 years, some minor changes will be happening here. But friends, I learned my DNS in the year 2006 or 2007 actually. See, around 16, 17 or 18 years before I did my DNS. Till today, the concept of DNS is same. Some minor changes will be happening here and there. I learned about firewall maybe in 2009 or 2010. Okay, 14, 15 years before. But till today, the concept of firewall is same. Some minor changes will be happening here and there. So one of the advantage in this technology is, if there is something which you feel like, okay, it is a bit difficult, doesn't matter. You can just do some extra hard work. You can just spend some extra time there and you can crack that particular topic. What is the advantage here? The topic will remain same forever. Basic changes will be happening for sure, but overall, the topic will remain same forever. Okay. Fine. So that's it for the day, friends. Thanks again for coming. This was the first demo session, and we will have one more demo session tomorrow. So before you decide to join, whatever decision you take, it's up to you. Just try to come tomorrow also, because you will get more, clear understanding about cloud and server administration, so that, you can decide whether to continue with me or you can just have some other decision. It's up to you. I just want to say one thing. This is a package here. In this package, we have totally 3 courses: AWS, Linux, and Windows. I'll be handling all the 3 courses. AWS and Linux will be live classes, okay? And every class will be recorded here, and all the recordings will be provided to you. And this is your Diwali offer. 6,999 is your Diwali offer. So it is nearly 50%, or maybe less than 50% of the actual fees. Okay, so this is one thing that you can consider here. And coming to the doubts and everything, I'll be available for you through my WhatsApp. So in case if you need any help or any suggestions, I'll share my WhatsApp number after a couple of days so that you can ping me there. I'll be more than happy to help you there. Okay. So that's it for the day, friends. Thanks for
Hello.
coming. And yeah.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, See, already I told my qualification is MCA. I'm working as lecturer.
Mm-hmm.
And this I'm learning from 6 months. I download. I have this VMware and whatever you show the index, the topics. I've gone through the topics.
Mm-hmm.
Um, See, my doubt is I should take this course, or in this any advanced course is there?
See, this is the beginning of your journey in cloud. Once you do this, then you have to go with the advanced course. When you said VMware, I think you're talking about this virtualization here, right? You're talking about this VMware workstation.
Yes.
This is just a tool actually, my friend. This is not a code. This is just a tool to do practice. Course is a different course. Technology is a different technology. This is just a tool to do practice. Okay. So this is not a
Uh,
basic course that you are learning here, my friend. This is starting from basics and we'll go up to the advanced level. Yeah. Please continue.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, fine. I repeat again, we are starting from the basic and we are going up to the administration level. It depends on the topic, how far we can go. But this is not the starting course or this is not the ending course. Okay, if I can say there are multiple levels, we are in level 1 and level 2 in this particular course. But after this, again, there are many more things you need to learn. But with time, you will learn all these things. Within 2 months or 3 months duration, literally that is not possible for anyone to learn those things. So it may take some years and years for us to go through a technology, right? Okay, anyone else? I guess some other person was asking something there. Okay, fine. So no more questions. So thanks again, friends. Thanks a lot, and see you tomorrow at same time at 7 p.m. India Standard Time with the second demo session of our AWS server administration. Thanks a lot, friends. Bye. Take care.